Yo, what up? Hello and welcome to Something About Basketball. I am.
Never fucking do that again.
You shut up. I don't need any lip from you.
Alright.
So yeah, once again, my name is Dylon.
That's Dylan for most people.
Do you know who the 5 greatest rappers of all time are? Dylon, 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 and Dylon. Cause I rip and I rhyme. I rhyme and I rip. I spit hot fire.
I really hope this is going to end at some point.
Shut up. Alright, so that was the Central Division. Peace.
What?
Introduce yourself.
Alright, hi. I'm Paul.
Such a dick.
Well, we're just gonna get into it, right?
Alright,
so we're gonna talk about the Central Division now. I think we're gonna. Do you want to start with the Cavs, or do you want to go from like bottom up, or what do you want to do?
Well,
Cavs,
yeah,
Pacers.
it's because I think the way that we got it right now. Yeah, let's go in order. So the Cavs, NBA champs. I won some money from this guy, predicting that they were going to come back and win the finals, and sure enough, I'm a genius.
It's like a 3% chance. I mean that you play that thing out 100 times, 97 times out of 100, I would have been right there. But anyway, I'm not going to get into what's in the past. In the past, I was happy for Mr. James.
You're reigning NBA champions. Best or second best team in the league, almost unquestionably. Three of the top 20 players in the NBA, depending on your opinion on Love. They're going to be really good this year, and I feel like everybody's expecting them to not do as well. I think this team's going to win at least 60. I know people say James going to rest. I'm kind of thinking he's going to get another MVP.
A lot of people have been saying he's going to get another MVP. It feels like every year people say, "Oh yeah, he's gonna take it easy. He's gonna take it easy," and he never does. He's dropped it back a little bit sometimes, but like to take it as 2 week.
Yeah, the
2 week
HDH. Hey, he doesn't go to Germany.
Hiatus.
Not yet.
Anyway, the main, when you look at the starting five and you think of who they're missing, the main loss is Daly. And I think Daly was worth way more to them than what people give him credit for. I think Dunleavy's a nice pickup, but they still got the same questions. I mean, like if Kyrie Irving goes down for, pretty much every season, he's missed at least 20 games.
Something like that. Well,
yeah. I think every year, he's ever played. I think he's always kind of missed at least 15 games, something like that, 20 games.
Superstar.
But that's the only reason why I don't think they're going to win 60 games is I think it's
resting.
Just resting and like not turning it up the whole way. Kyrie, I think that I don't necessarily know how much work everyone's been doing over the summer, how sharp they're going to come in. I mean, they probably were celebrating.
They got to put their shirts on at some point.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's the whole J.R. Smith thing where you don't really know if is he gonna resign? Is he gonna be? I mean, if Smith comes back, if he doesn't come back, sorry, that's another big loss because Shumpert can't be dependent on.
You don't want Shumpert getting the bulk of the minutes. I think Smith will come back. He has to.
If someone I was listening to made a good point that if all it really takes is for a starting 2 guard on a contender to go down.
Mm.
In the lead up, there's not much more time. When is it? What's the date that he has to sign by?
Couldn't even tell.
100%. But like, if someone was to go down, then another team might overpay him. But I'm actually surprised that he didn't get better offers than what he. Maybe they just think that he's only going to be that type of player when he's with LeBron. Yeah. I don't know.
I have to imagine, especially the way LeBron's been campaigning for him to come back. I would think that they'll hammer it out. I saw that they did add Tony Douglas, big Florida State fan. I'm real stoked about that. Bringing back that old 12-13 Heat. So
I don't know that much about Tony Douglas, to be honest.
He's good. I think he might still hold the Knicks 3-point a game record. like 10 or 12. It's a beast.
Oh, at any rate, we kind of know that. I mean, it's a. How many wins they got? 57 last year. It's a minimum 55 wins. You roll that squad out in the East. Even if Kerry missed 20 games last season, they still won 57 games. But I feel like that. I mean, I feel like the loss of Daly's going to hurt them more than what people. It gives them shooting, toughness, defense. You know, you can take some of the assignments that Kerry can't take, which is pretty much fucking everything at the point guard. But like, you know, having a good point guard defender makes a big difference. I mean, you've seen the way that Kerry got schooled by Paddy Mills was. Did you watch the game against Australia? And Paddy Mills put up something like 30 points on him in one of the games.
Yeah.
But I think they've got a big weakness, a point guard behind whenever. Because I mean, Mo Williams is going to retire, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Kyrie goes down. You've got. I mean, obviously LeBron can take the ball. I mean, he pretty much has the ball in his hands a lot of time anyway. But like, puts more pressure on LeBron, and then this you know.
Well, T-Dog can play some defense. I mean, he's getting up there, but yeah, it's going to be interesting because Shumpert is not going to give you a lot of shooting, but he'll lock down the perimeter. With Delly, I mean, Delly was awesome for him 2 years ago in the finals when nobody else was healthy, but it's he had to go for himself. Like he'll do all right in Milwaukee.
I think he'll do good in Milwaukee. I think he's the type of player that Milwaukee needed as well. But we'll talk about him later. The one thing about the Cavs is that I mean everything's immaterial up until the finals.
Yeah,
they're not going to get. I mean, I would be absolutely astounded if they were even pushed to 6 games, and you know, barring any. I mean, 6 or 7 in the lead up. I mean, in the lead up to the finals, I'd be astounded if they get pushed by anyone in the East. I just don't think there's anyone that's on that level.
Well, it seems like the narrative this year is definitely going. It's at least the way it looks now. It's going to be Warriors, Cavs, rubber match. Go for winner take all for historic kind of. I guess LeBron's already going to be one of the greatest of all time.
I mean, I know this is supposed to be just the regular season, but if LeBron was to beat the Warriors again, that's like even the most ardent.
Well, I mean,
like MJ files would have to hold it up and say he's at least MJ's equal.
Well, yeah, I mean they beat the 73-9 Cavs last year or Warriors last year.
But I'm not even really talking about what.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking about the reality. I'm talking about the perception.
Well, haters are gonna hate regardless.
Haters gonna hate.
It's true. I mean, I think last year his resume, his place in the Pantheon, his place in. He's at least top 5, almost no arguments.
I think I've had him in the top,
I've
top 5,
since
top 5, top 7 since he was 20. I mean, not 20, since like that first Heat run. I mean, I think he pretty much cemented himself as a top 7, top 5 guy. You can make an argument top 3. But if he was to do it again, a couple more. I mean, obviously his legacy's only going to get bigger.
You know, man, you give him a couple more years because he's climbing up all those ranks as well. Like 2 nice postseason runs, he's going to be the all-time playoff leading scorer. Like he's a beast. He's incredible.
And then one thing is, like I always kind of say like, I think the Warriors are going to beat them, right? I think the Warriors are going to be the best team in the league, and I think the Warriors are going to beat them. But these things are fragile.
Oh, for sure.
All it takes is an injury to any of the top 4 guys in Golden State could derail the whole thing. I think an injury to KD, Steph, Thompson, or Draymond could derail the whole thing because they've just got no one of those guys being pulled out is gonna. But if they're fully healthy, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be interesting. I guess last thoughts on the Cavs. Kevin Love, what do you think?
Do you think they should trade him?
No, definitely not. I think they like what they have. I know he underperformed, and I know he got a lot of heat last year. He didn't even do that well in the finals, but he's effective. Like he's good.
I love how we're breaking our own rules. Only talk about the regular season, but like our own self-imposed rules. But no, I think he was better than people gave him credit for in the playoff run. He had a couple of really bad games in the finals, and then he kind of, as I say, redeemed himself a little bit. I think that play where he guarded Curry out on the perimeter, a fully healthy Curry smokes him.
Yeah.
I mean, like a fully healthy Curry smokes him, but will not get in. Will not uncan those worms again. But I think you can make a very, very, very good argument that you could trade Kevin Love and get players back that would help you
in the future.
That would help you beat Golden State and help you going forward more than Kevin Love can. And he has been, as I said, like he has been kind of. He's a very difficult guy to gauge what his actual value is now, because it's gone from like potential top 5 player to some people saying, oh, he's not even top 25 or 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think because of his weaknesses that the Warriors, when they're fully healthy, can exploit.
Well, I mean, look at what Draymond did in Game 7.
Like, Draymond was unbelievable in that game.
37 or something. Like, is that his
30? He put up something like 35, 10.
Is that his highest scoring output ever?
I don't know. I need to look it up.
Yeah.
Or not.
I guess as we talk about the last year's postseason.
Yeah, we're talking about the Cavs.
Alright, so yeah, with Love, I don't know. I think he's gonna come back. I don't think he's gonna ever go back to his Minnesota just 25 and 15 a game.
I think he could, if you put him on a team. I'm trying to think of like a good team. But if you put Kevin Love on a team, like if you put him on the Celtics, I think I said that before. If you put him on the Celtics, he could easily be a 25 and 12 guy again, because they need what he brings. They need it. They need another guy who can create and score, and he could easily slot him into Boston, and he'd be amazing again. But it's just with the Cavs, and you've got these two ball dominant guys, and LeBron likes to operate out of that same, like kind of the left elbow. Like LeBron likes to operate out of that, and that's where he does a lot of his best work. So like, it's just one of those things where like I understand you won the title with him, you're going to roll it back, see what happens. But I think there's an argument to be made that they still could trade him, or they still should trade him, I should say. But
so if they trade him to the Celtics,
who would you want back?
Yeah, so
if you could get, I don't know.
You'd have to get Horford, because Crowder, like, making the salaries work as well.
Crowder, what's Bradley makes like $6 or $7 million, I think.
Yeah, so
what Crowder make?
I think he said about the same, but I think his deal expires this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you were maybe like a sign and trade or something like that, I don't know. You could make it work, but I think you can again, like if you were to get Bradley, Crowder, and I don't know, Jonas Drabko or something, I think that makes you tougher against Golden State than what the Kevin Love Cavs make. I mean, because you got someone in Bradley who can really, really give. No one really
Nobody
shuts.
Can get
no one
Klay
can.
Thompson. Or
no, not even someone, but someone who's big and strong, who can aggravate them, who can make life difficult for them. They can, Crowder would work well, defending Klay, and you could, but.
God, that team's. I don't even want to think. That Warriors team looks unstoppable, but
yeah,
we shall see. All right, move on to the Pacers.
Yeah, I don't agree with the vast majority of what people are saying about the Pacers. I don't think they're going to be good. I was listening to the Open Floor podcast, and Andrew Sharp, I actually like him. I think he usually has pretty good takes on things, but he was talking about how he thought there could be an elite offensive team, and I just don't see it. Their starting guys are Thad Young, Paul George, Miles Turner, Mon Ellis, Jeff Teague.
That's not too bad.
It's not even that it's bad, but it's not elite, and it's not. And I don't even know. It's like a mishmash of kind of parts. I don't think.
Was Teague an All-Star? Was he one of those 4 Hawks All-Stars 2 years ago?
I think so. Yeah, but he was injured. Last year. Kind of hurt him a little bit, but
the loss of Hill. is going to hurt. But Jeff Teague, I feel like, can make up for it because Jeff Teague is a really good player.
Jeff Teague is a good player. I mean, he's probably an average. I mean, the point guard's the most stacked position in the league. He's probably an average point guard. But in another generation, he could have been like a very good one. But I think, what was I going to... You know, they lost George. They lost, I think, Mahinmi, George, and Vogel. You unplug those three elements, and I think that defense is going to plummet.
I think they are going to try and flip-flop with McMillan. I'm sure he's going to try and run it up because this last night was what? The Blazers?
Blazers, yeah. But like the Larry Bird, the dumbest, the absolute dumbest. I love Larry Bird, but the dumbest coach firing I can remember. It's up there. I mean, it's one of the worst coach firing. I mean, maybe I'm just getting aggravated because of what his public reason for doing it. Maybe there was behind the scenes they didn't get on, but he basically said, "Yeah, you know, guys only listen to coaches for a couple of years,
something, yeah."
And it wasn't his hire, but like Vogel's and I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass because you're a Magic fan. Vogel is a brilliant coach.
He is. He's young too.
You look at those Pacers teams. Whenever Hibbert was really good, and everyone was saying, it's only because, you know, Hibbert's this amazing rim protector.
Yeah.
Then you take Hibbert out. Oh wait, sorry, they're still really good. I mean, a lot of that's got to do with, you know, obviously Paul George is an incredible defender. You know, George Hill's an incredible defender, but it's also just about the system and about the coach and about making someone making everything work. And I think. I don't think there's going to be as good on offense as what people are saying they're going to be, and I think their defense is going to plummet.
With Vogel, it was just his contract was up and they didn't extend.
They didn't extend. They didn't really fire him.
They didn't fire because that would be like you can't fire that guy. But yeah, it's
the more or less fired him by not. Sorry, you're right. Like technically they didn't fire him, but it boggles my mind because it's like. You only let go of an incredible coach because of, I mean, there's very few reasons for really doing it. Like Thibodeau, the front office, and there was a few players, and there was a lot of kind of things going on there.
Well, look at how well that worked out for the Bulls too. Like this Pacers team is definitely going to be better than the Bulls after they dropped off. But
last year, hold on a second, right? Yeah, last year they won 45 games. And some like I think Andy Sharp said they were going to do better this year, and I don't even know if Thad Young's that good. I don't know if he was just like a guy on a really bad team that just
big stats.
I wouldn't even like amazing stats, but I mean he can do a few things. But as far as like people are talking about Miles Turner. Miles Turner's going to be a second year player, and he was up and down his rookie season. Even once he got the minutes, his efficiency kind of dropped a little bit, and he was kind of wasn't quite. I mean, he's a rookie. Like
he's gonna be good, but he's a big man. It takes a big man 4 or 5 years before they really start to feel comfortable. He does have a nice stroke. Jefferson is gonna be. He doesn't seem to fit. At least to me. Like,
well, they're talking about running. Well, they were talking about the one they wanted to run.
I guess with their second unit, slow it down considerably. But even then, like, Aaron Brooks going to be? Aaron Brooks, his best quality is the fact that he's fast as hell.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the team at all. I think they're gonna. They're definitely going to go under what people are. Let's say Vegas has them at 43.5 wins. I think they're going to be. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they were like a 35 win team or something like that.
It's going to be interesting. I love Monte Ellis' game. Like, I still think it's.
He had a couple of that one. He had like a nice little run with Dallas, and that's probably the only time I've ever looked at Monte Ellis as like a real plus player.
Hey man, what about Golden State beating Dallas? Baron Davis, Monte Ellis.
Oh, but I've never rated him as a player, man. I just don't. He had that. In that Carlisle system, he was like. Do you remember that? Whenever they traded for Rondo, I think they were on like a.
They were historically best offense.
They were amazing. Yeah. And that, what do you call him? What's his name?
Williams.
Wright. What do you call that guy? Wright.
Brendan Wright.
Brandon Wright, didn't it?
Yeah.
He was like fucking man. He was dunking everything and like an effective field goal percentage of like
80%.
Yeah, I remember what it was,
ridiculous.
or like it was, but there, and then but like Matt Ellis looked good at that time to me, but I've never looked at him in any other system, because that he really brought that whole his ability to really get into the defense was what made a lot of that work. So, but Vogel, the best thing I could say about Frank Vogel is that he made a team that had
a starting guard
that had Monte Ellis in the starting lineup was like the third best defense in the league, and I don't know. I think people are really they're underestimating what George Hill brought.
And they're
George really underestimating what Frank Vogel brought. And it's not I'm not someone who thinks that like the coach brings everything, but like if you're going to break down the credit, the coach probably gets 30-40% of being able to recognize his talent, institute a system that's going to work, and then you have to have the players that can, run it successfully. So it is like, having Paul George, having George Hill.
For sure.
That virtually, to me, Vogel, George, and the two Georges, that basically guarantees you a playoff spot in the East.
Yeah.
Anyone around those guys basically guarantees you a playoff spot. And now that two of that kind of three-headed hydra is gone, I don't know what way it's going to work out. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. But
you think the East is deeper than the West this year as far as potential playoff teams?
I don't know.
Definitely top.
I'd really need to sit down and look at both. I wasn't someone that last year. A lot of people were saying last year, "Oh, the East is tougher than the West," but I didn't see it even then. But like, I'd really need to sit and look. I mean, if you look at it, in the West, we only really know of 3 teams that are almost guaranteed to be bad, like the Lakers, the Kings, and the. What else would you say? I think the Nuggets have a chance to be good.
Yeah.
The Wolves have a chance. I'm trying to think of the teams that didn't make it last year. The Jazz are probably going to be good. The Pelicans, I don't really know what's going to happen with the Pelicans.
Well, they're still. Have you seen their injuries already?
Yeah.
Talk about snake bitten.
But anyway, you got anything you want to say about
Pacers? No, they'll be all right. They're not gonna. Yeah. I think they're going to be okay. They'll hover around, compete for a playoff spot. Paul George is probably going to be a monster. I think it all hinges on Teague, honestly. If he can come in and... Because his offense is going to be there. If he can defend like Hill did, then they've got potential. But like Miles Turner, he's still getting his feet wet. Thaddeus Young, if he can replicate what he's done... basically since he came in. So.
One of the last thing I'll say on him, like one of the hardest things to do in basketball is when coaches have the lifespan of a fucking mosquito, so to be able to build an identity, a successful identity that seems to work every year is so difficult. It's so difficult to do, and the fact that they just voluntarily pulled the plug on it when it would have been better. This is just getting me aggravated. I just don't understand. I don't understand letting him go. They replace him with Nate McMillan, who's a good coach from what I can really remember of watching him play or watching him coach, but like
he was a good player too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's. I can't, because Vogel started there when the Pacers became the Heat's nemesis out east, right?
Well, it was like he was there. I think his first season was 09-10, if I remember it right.
Yeah, so I feel like he's got his place in the Pacers pantheon. I think
6 years, man, 6 years, and there's nothing but success, more or less.
It's I sort of understand we're gonna do something else, but I'm just glad that it worked out for the Magic.
Yeah.
I hope.
Nice job.
That was knocking on wood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah. So
this is where we're trying to instill an aura of professionalism here, and you just ruined the whole illusion.
Hey. All right. So the Pistons. Stan Van Gundy.
Stan.
Awesome coach.
Yeah, awesome coach.
Funny guy.
What, funny? Funny like I'm a fucking clown, like I'm here to amuse you?
He is kind of a clown.
Yeah.
He's building fucking...
Do you remember that cringe-worthy moment? Do you remember back whenever Dwight was leaving?
Dwight
when he walked in and like held him and was like...
As soon as...
Oh!
Yes, that was...
He was like, yeah, he already told him that he's asked for me to be fired. And then he just walks up and like smiles, man. It's just
coach?
Like, so bad. Oh, God.
Good old Dwight.
Anyway,
so the Pistons...
Andrew, from the start, I like Andrew Drummond. I think he's a really good player. But he's not Dwight Howard.
No?
He's not Dwight Howard.
No, he's not. Although, I will say, was he that same draft as...
He was 04. He was the year after.
No, Drummond.
Drummond?
Was he the Bennett draft?
He went 9th. No,
I think he was the Bennett draft, because I remember he was all potential. Nobody... Because he didn't do anything really at UConn, and people are like, well... His attitude is terrible. Like, it was the Boogie Cousins, except a worse player than Boogie, and he's been awesome.
He's a really, really good player. The only reason I bring him up obviously is because people keep saying, they're going to turn into like the new
Magic.
With
thing,
with like
pace and space,
and having that like him as like the focal point in the middle and then spread it but I don't think that Drummond I suppose he could be, but I mean Dwight was showing from I remember from Dwight's like second or third year you were like this guy's like, special, wow, man, like this guy he was basically an incredible defender right out the box. And I don't think Drummond he hasn't really shown much of a varied offensive game except for just dunking everything inside.
Breaking free throws.
And breaking free throws. He's actually managed to be a worse free throw shooter than what Dwight was. But
he's DeAndre Jordan.
I think DeAndre's better than
Drummond's
younger.
Decade younger. Yeah. So
is he a decade younger? DJ's
23, 24.
DJ's not 20. He's 27 maybe.
He's pretty much an old man Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like an old man at least.
No, but anyway, look, Drummond is an incredible piece to have, especially in the East, I think. And I just don't. If I'm looking at what they're, Reggie Jackson, how long's he out for? I think they were looking at a couple of months or something like that.
Well, that's gonna hurt them quite a bit. Ish Smith is no Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson. Remember when his contract was just a joke and everybody's like, Reggie Jackson's making more money than me, and
John Wall was talking about that, wasn't he?
I believe it was. And then I know Russell Westbrook was throwing some shade his way as well.
Caldwell Pope is good.
Yeah.
He's a good defender. Reggie Jackson is an above average NBA point guard. Again, I would have I don't really know if he's the guy going forward. I think you'd ideally want if you're going forward thinking that Andrew Drummond isn't quite good enough to be Dwight Howard, then you have to have better pieces around him than what Dwight had.
Yeah, I do not like Tobias Harris. Like,
you have a history with Tobias Harris.
I wanted to like him. I liked his few game-winning, basically dunks. His three still needs work. Like, he's got all the tools, but he can never seem to put it together. That's on with this Pistons team. It's the same kind of thing. Like, you've got a lot of jack of all trades. Like, Reggie Jackson does everything, but he's not elite at anything. Tobias Harris does everything, but he's not even really great at anything. Markieff
He's not a great shooter. He's not a really great shooter.
This is Markieff.
Stunning.
They got Markieff.
They've got Marcus. Markieff is on Washington.
Wizards, okay.
So Stanley Johnson, I think, has a chance to be a really good player. He's a very big, strong guy, quick.
Again, he does a bit of everything.
But he's only, I think it's...
Second, third year?
It's only second year. This is only going to be a second year. It's too early to really make a...
He's from Arizona?
You'd know better than what I would. I
think he played with Gordon.
Might have. I don't really know. I with the loss of Jackson, there could be anything. There could be anything from what would be their floor? 39, 40 wins.
With Jackson out,
With Jackson out,
30 is a floor.
But if he's gonna, it depends how long he's out. I mean,
if he's out for 25 games, then I don't see them going anything better than 7.
Well, this is really going to test that theory where everyone says that Stan can turn you into an NBA point guard, where basically the point guard's immaterial. It's about the system.
Well,
that's going to test
Jameer
that.
Nelson was an all-star. And
but
anything else like Benajay out of Louisville?
Not
a
a
decent player. Darren Hillard, nothing to say. John Lewis, nothing to say.
as we're going to end it on, nothing to say.
Yeah,
they're not a terribly interesting team either. I enjoy watching Drummond play. I'll be interested to see what Johnson can do, but overall I don't really give a shit about the Pistons.
Yeah, with Van Gundy, he will make them better. He will make probably not better than the last couple of years, but he'll keep them relevant enough, push towards the playoffs, but I think they're going to fall short. I know a lot of people are picking him as kind of a sleeper out east, but
with Jackson out, I mean,
it's going to put him.
It depends. I mean, it depends how many games get you into the playoffs in the East this year. If it's 38 wins, then they might get in. But
it's going to be close though, because I don't know. Like the Pacers are better than the Pistons. Cavs are better than the Pistons. In the Atlantic, the Raptors, definitely the Celtics. That's already 4.
The Heat are not going to make the playoffs this
definitely
year.
not. The Knicks, I think, will. So that's 5 teams ahead of them.
Bulls aren't. I don't think the Bulls are. That's when we might as well start talking.
Yeah,
about
so
Bulls.
let's get into it. The Bulls not going to make the playoffs.
I think it's going to be it's going to be a bigger disaster than what the Knicks are going to be.
Lopez will do good in the middle. Taj Gibson is going to do Taj Gibson things.
I think Taj is done as well. I think Taj hasn't looked good in a couple of years.
He's what, like 30 now?
I don't know what age he is, but it's been a while. He hasn't really been that. He's been living off rep for a while, I think.
Well, Mirotic can come in. He can. Is he? Aside from Butler, is he? Well, I guess you got McDermott, but Mirotic might be their 3rd best shooter.
Bobby Portis was hitting threes in summer league. Now, what that means, I don't know if he's going to hit threes when it gets into real games. Your best case scenario for the Bulls is that they get enough shooting from their front court players to negate the fact that Wade and Rondo are historically bad. Well, no, Rondo kind of was hitting threes a little bit last year. He was hitting like 34% or something but he's still probably the main reason why he's even able to hit 34% is because guys
he's
wide open. Like,
yeah, with D Wade, he does have a knack for knocking down the clutch 3 or the random 40-foot half court. Buzzer beating shot, but
outside of that, and I also think Wade. I don't know if it was because it was a contract year or what. I mean, he played better and he played more games last year than what I expected him to be. But I think he's going to miss games. I think that combination of him and Rondo is going to be a disaster.
He should not have left the Heat.
It was pride.
It was pride, but man,
I think Rondo is. If Rondo could somehow, I don't know if it's effort on defense or if it's just he's not quite the explosive athlete that he was, but he's been a bad defender for a couple of years now.
I think a lot of it had to do with King's system last year. I thought he actually had a pretty good year for. Considering after his Dallas stint,
he was just hunting for boards and hunting for assists, and it was no.
It's the Kings, though. What else are you gonna do?
You can't
win games.
You can't get it. I mean, I that's the thing. Look, I don't knock the guy for because he was on a 1-year contract and he wanted to make a bit more money. He's only signed for the Bulls for 1 year again, isn't he?
I believe so.
you can't knock him for just trying to get as much money out of it as he can. But like, if you're going to you'd have to get to a point where Butler needs to get his 3-point stroke, the 3-point stroke back, and he was not. I think he went down to like 33% or something last year. He needs to start hitting threes again. Mirotic, Portis, and who's the other guy we were talking about? McDermott they all need to come in and hit at an above average clip, or else that spacing is. People keep talking about like Rondo and Wade's hoops IQ and all this type of stuff, but like, I don't know. I think that only counts whenever you're playing with like well, he made it work with LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when he was in his prime and LeBron was in his prime and LeBron's like a top 3 player all time, yeah, you can make it work. But like, I think they're both ball dominant, and I don't know. I just don't see it working.
I could. What was it the 08, 09 season? When did the Heat win like 21 games?
That was the year before they got Braun. That was 09. That was when Wade put up astronomical numbers. That was like his best statistical season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually tweeted a guy, an NBA writer, and I was like, are the Bulls a closet tank job? Have they literally like signed Wade to get the jersey out there? They'll make some money off the jersey. They can maybe insert themselves a little bit into the Dwayne Wade legacy going forward, hometown guy and all that type of stuff.
Well,
you know, and then you sign Rondo because, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of stealth tanking.
It's interesting. I feel like the Rose leaving Chicago would have been a way bigger deal had other local hero D Wade not actually come back, and
I think Rose had kind of wore out as well.
Yeah.
And with the fans, even like I feel like the majority of the fans were like, especially when he kept coming out and talking all that shit about.
He does not sound very intelligent.
He's not. He doesn't come across well in interviews. Like I remember that time when he started going on about. And bear in mind, the guy had missed like 3 years. They'd committed all this money to him. He'd missed like the bulk of 3 years, and then he starts talking about, I'm seeing all this money flying about the league and I've got to get myself paid. I'm like, dude, you got a max contract and you have not played?
Yeah, I wish I could earn $1 million for sitting out 3 years.
I'd be happy.
I'd gladly tear my ACL.
I'd be happy with a $5.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, but yeah, that's the whole thing. And I think he'd wore out his welcome. I think you bring Wade in, Rondo in. I don't know. I just don't know how they can possibly think that this is going to be a really good team.
Hey, we'll see. Maybe the Cubs win the World Series, and then Chicago comes back, and
because even if you look at it, right, say, because this is my best argument for why it doesn't matter how talented the guys are, fit matters and health matters. That Lakers team with Dwight, Pau, Kobe, and Nash didn't really play. But like you look at it on the face of it, and you got like 2 of the guys that are at the tail end of their primes, and one guy who's like was supposed to be smack bang in the middle of his prime. A mixture of just poor spacing, bad fit, bad ego, a lot of egos floating around, and that team was dreadful.
Yeah,
so that's the best. That's what I'm saying, because like if you can't get, and Dwight wasn't even. It wasn't even like Dwight was really bad. Dwight was like a 17 and 13 player for the Lakers.
I think his back, like returning
back
injuries,
back and
that's
stuff.
when that started for him.
So I think there's injury possibilities with a lot of these guys that can't shoot. The F game, like how many Fs are there? Like
even like the Lakers in a vacuum, that team at least sort of made sense to me. I can't see Rondo, Wade, and Butler. I just don't. I don't see how they would mesh. Like especially Rondo and Wade seem. They don't seem like they'd fit together at all.
With Rondo, you've got that twin thing of tremendous ego and temperamental ego.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
And with diminished, I mean, the most dangerous thing in sports, astronomical ego with
diminished
plummeting
skill set.
with plummeting talent. That's when you start getting problems with teams. With Kobe, it didn't matter how much of an asshole he was, how many shots he took when he was good. But whenever we've seen the way the last couple of years rolled out, So anyway, I don't know. Do you want to say anything more about that?
Yeah, maybe it'll work if D-Wade and LeBron made it work, and Rondo's no LeBron, but he also puts up triple doubles a lot, so maybe. Yeah, and on to the Bucks. I like this team a lot more before their two guard went down.
Yeah, I mean, the big picture, it doesn't really matter. It would have been nice to really have seen what they could do this season because I thought again, I'm really high on Delhi, so I was looking forward to, like Giannis kind of setting things up and Middleton and Delhi spreading that around. I didn't want Monroe anywhere near the front, the starting five. I didn't want him anywhere near it. I thought you could have, I think Parker's going to be much better this year. I think he should be a 3-point shooter going forward. I think Greg Monroe. I keep talking about that. We keep talking about that collection of guys who can score on the block, can't defend, and I mean Greg Monroe. You put him in the 90s, and he's probably a 3 or 4 time All-Star
for sure.
And he would have got big contract after big contract. But he's a bit of a dinosaur. I think if you get the team deep enough, it would be a luxury to have of like putting him in that Enes Kanter role of just going in there and schooling backups and getting on the boards, and you could maybe but I think Hansen and Plumlee are infinitely better in today's NBA and for this team.
Well, with Henson, he's got that length and he's more athletic than Monroe.
He's got that funky little jump hook. He's got that weird little kind of hook shot. And he defends. That's the point. You've got. I mean, hypothetically, if Middleton didn't go down, you've got Parker, Middleton, Giannis, and Delhi. That's the way. I mean, like Delhi should be your fourth option, and Hansen should just kind of fill the lane and look for dunks.
Just run around
and just defend. That's your role. You need role guys.
Sit picks.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't need that. You don't need someone like Greg Monroe if you have those other 4 guys. But now it's kind of they've got Novak.
Hey dog, they got Don Maker. The shot maker. He's gonna be. He looked
better in Summer League than I thought he was going to.
In Summer League, I was very surprised because I know he was another one of those. Was it Bruno Cavallo or whatever for the Raptors? 2 years away from being 2 years.
2 years away, yeah.
Like that was his thing, even though he's 40. But
right, as I said, look, if they can get to the, I think I said this to you the other day. That should be like one of the slogans of this.
I said
very, very successful show should be. I think I said that. I think I said that to you the other day. But
so something about the NBA that we already discussed privately
before actually coming out here. Yeah. But anyway, I think if at the end of the season, forget the win total because although they picked up Michael Beasley, which is like what.
Well, if they got Rashad Vaughn and Steve Novak obviously Giannis is a small forward, but
if you can get to the end of the season and know for certain that Giannis, that incredible string of 30 games that he put together, that is the more or less the new norm. If you can get to the end of the season and right, this guy is. If he could do that for a full season, that's a top 10 player.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a top 10, 15 player minimum. So if you get to the end of the season and you know that that's where his ceiling is going, and that his floor is kind of raised up to that, almost certain top 15 guy, then and Jabari looks good. You don't really give a crap about what happens this year. At least you shouldn't. I'm not saying they've made some moves that would make you think that they do care about this season. Because I suppose, but I just if you can get there, and and if they could somehow do me a favor and get rid of Monroe and Carter Williams, I'd be very happy. I'm a big fan of this team. I love Giannis.
I feel like MCW is part of their plans just because they seem to be going.
Sorry.
Well, just for the long octopus arm, just we're going to have nobody with less than 7 foot wingspan and do the whole OKC
swarming arms everywhere, like
Just if you're a good athlete and your arms are. If your
wingspan is like 2 feet longer than your height or 2 feet more than your height, then you're in. But no, I
mean, Teletovic is pretty good, or at least
he can shoot. I think, can't he?
He's actually.
Well, no, we'll see. I feel I say this in the nicest possible way because actually I've seen interviews with Carter Williams and I've heard lots of reports that say he's a good guy. He works hard. He wants to be a good teammate. He does all the right things. I'm just not sure he's good.
Well, it's because he looks like he's 13.
So, and I don't want to rip on a teenager.
Yeah. I do think Malcolm Brogdon's going to do really good. They're rookie out of Virginia.
I don't know much about him.
He's a great defensive player. He was a senior, but like he's going to come in and he will immediately play defense, and he's a solid player, and he'll continue in the NBA.
Yeah. Anything else on this division? What we got breaking down as in from top to bottom?
One last thing with the Bucks.
Oh.
I love the new uniforms so much.
Yeah, they're nice. I love that Fear the Deer logo,
where it's actually scary. Do you remember those god awful purple uniforms with the Michael Red and?
I've been following the NBA since about 2000, and the Bucks have almost always had horrific uniforms.
But yeah,
they've never been a cool team to follow. Like
the green and cream and like even the little blue, like the
uniform. I love
everything about their new uniforms.
Well, especially with this, because like if Giannis, they could turn into like a fan favorite team because, as you said, great uniforms, great looking logo. Giannis is a beast, and he's got a great personality.
No,
now, if you can pair that with the new kind of, and obviously if they're successful, that's the most important thing. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be the East Coast T-Wolves kind of, where people are going to start hopping on the bandwagon. Especially, I bet Thon Maker makes it to the court, and I bet he's as good as he was advertised like 2 years ago, rather than this. He's going to be worthless and he's 27 and.
I don't know about Thon Maker, but I'll say this like whenever, and I'm not. Okay, I'm being one of those guys where you say I was in on it from the ground floor, but like I saw Giannis play in his first summer league. I remember I'm almost starting to message my mate Looney like right off the bat and said this guy's he's gonna be something special. It was just the way he was moving and his length and
he was a gazelle.
And the way he was running the floor, man, he looked amazing. And everyone in that draft had basically said this guy is 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Yeah.
Everyone had said that about him. No one gave him a shot, and he showed something in that first year, and he's miles better than what anyone. He picked up the game at, with it just. And again, that shows you when he was playing on like the Greek second division or something. When you give a guy actual real coaching, and
What do you think about J Kidd as a coach?
He's good
because especially the way Giannis was playing point guard. I mean, there's not a better point guard to learn the point guard position from. Like, he started off as a horrible 3-point shooter, and he's now like top 10 NBA 3-point. Like he's a hard worker, and he's been a hell of a coach.
We might as well hash this out just while we're on Giannis, right? Because I legitimately think that Giannis has a chance to put together the type of season where the mainstream media, like the whatever, are officially ready to put him in that Anthony Davis, Cat tier of the prospects going forward.
The future of the league.
Because if you look at it from what he can already do. Okay, right. He can.
Is Davis even still in that conversation?
100, a million%. I feel people. There's a lot of forgot about Dre going on here.
Oh, it's a once bit twice shy. I think because they've had such bad luck. Snake bitten as all hell.
The only thing with Davis is the fact that he keeps missing games.
Yeah.
He keeps missing games, and that's
if he's not missing games and his best teammates are all missing games, he's just gotten historically unlucky.
Well, as it stands right now, when they're both on the court, who's a better player, Eddie or Cat?
I'd say Davis.
Davis by a country mile. As good as Cat was last year, and as good as what I think he's going to be, I think Anthony Davis is a better player in almost all respects. The big thing that Cat has over Davis is he's established 3-point range. I think he didn't shoot a really good percentage. I think he shot like 34, 35%. But I was watching him in preseason, man, and he's got that KD effortless kind of where it literally looks like a guy throwing golf balls into the ocean, man. He's just got that kind of weird stroke, whereas Davis kind of loads it up a little bit more. But he's a really Davis is incredible from out to like 20 feet. But anyway, I think Giannis has a chance to insert himself into that. It would be much easier if the Bucks were actually good this year, which I'm not really certain they're going to be.
Who are your top 5 future prospects? Just
the 3 guys that we already talked about.
What would your order for them be?
I would. See, I'm biased when it comes to Giannis. I know I'm biased. So like
Giannis?
I have a very difficult time. I don't think you can make an argument for either Cat or AD. Now the argument for Cat is younger, better range, and he was healthy. He played in 82 games in his first season, which is something that Eddie's never done. Mm-hmm. That's the main argument for Cat over AD. With Giannis, he's a different type of player. He's a beast.
Deflecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just say names.
Okay, look.
1, Giannis. If you want to take him, it's not a bad choice. He was phenomenal. He could eventually be the next Oscar Robertson.
Okay, all right. I'll go. Fuck's sake, it's hard, man. Giannis. It is hard. Giannis 1, Cat 2, Eddie 3. But I'm literally just saying that because
give me a 4.
You can't stay healthy. 4th, who's under 25 that you can really see? I don't know if there's anyone else that you could really put into that same tier. Who do you think?
Eric Gordon, dog.
Eric Gordon or Aaron Gordon?
Eric Gordon.
Oh,
Aaron Gordon, dude.
All right.
I mean, he got robbed of the dunk contest.
Yeah, well, let's give him one season with like a elite level production. I think he had a better PER than I thought he had. I think he had like an 18 PER in his
He's gonna be the next Paul George.
We'll see where things pan out. I'd give it to you. He's one of the best under 25 prospects that there is in the league. He's going to be, but he has to show it. He hasn't really shown it yet.
He's probably not, but I do love his potential. 5, I don't know, Ingram.
No, I wouldn't go Ingram. I think Embiid, if he's healthy.
Such a giant asterisk.
Yeah, that's giant asterisk.
Simmons
is. Again, you have to see them. I mean, at least with Cat, you've seen a full season where he's been incredible. With everyone else, it's more show it to me first. But like
Super Mario, it is.
I love Hazonia, but we'll get to Hazonia later.
All right, so I think we both have the Cavs.
Cavs won.
How many games do you think? About 60? 55?
Anywhere in between 55 to 60 wins. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's really going to come down to injuries, and that's a cop out, but that's the long and the short. I mean, I'd be pretty shocked if they've lost. I'd be pretty shocked if they had less than 53, 52. Right.
So you got the Cavs won. Even though you don't like the Pacers, you still picking them second because with the Pistons, Bulls, and Bucks,
there's major injury concerns with all of those teams except the Pacers. I think this is a crapshoot, man. I think it's like, and I love the Bucks going Again, the Bucks are over here, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the Bucks going forward, but I don't necessarily think they're going to win that many games. I think all 4 of those teams are probably going to be between
43 and 30.
43 or all right, that's the higher end, yeah. Anywhere between 30 to 43 wins. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Bulls completely, maybe 35. Sorry, 30 is probably too low. 35 to 43 wins. But I don't know.
So I got the Cavs. I probably got the Pacers second. I think they'll do roughly what they did last year. And especially looking at who they're gonna play 4 times.
That's a good point. But
because that Pistons team, I don't think is gonna because Miles Turner at least has range, so he can pull Drummond out. And that's gonna open up everything for Teague and George and that's.
I don't know. I think this is just a big jumble of teams that I don't think are going to be mediocre at best.
Yeah, you'll have the Eastern champs and then a bunch of supporting cast, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't really answer the question, but yeah, Cavs by at least, I don't know,
5 games,
15 games. Like they're gonna, I just don't believe in any of the rest of those teams. If the Bucks, if Middleton hadn't gone down, there's a chance that the Bucks could have been, in my eyes, I think. Reggie Jackson going down, same thing. I would definitely put the Pistons above the Pacers if Jackson didn't go down.
Yeah.
If Jackson didn't go down, I would definitely put the Pistons above the Pacers. I would probably go, if they were all healthy, I would probably go Cavs, Pistons,
Bucks, Pacers, Cavs, Pistons, Pacers, Bucks. Yeah. It's I will go Cavs, Pacers. I'll go with the Bulls because I just don't know.
It's not like Dwayne Wade guarantees a team anything. I mean, he's been on horseshit teams before.
That's what I mentioned. Yeah, 21-win team.
And that was peak.
Yeah, he was
peak of his powers, Dwayne Wade.
Granted, he had no supporting cast.
Jimmy Butler's a really, really good player. Jimmy Butler's, what would he be, top 15 in the league?
I mean, he's probably at least top 3 2 guards. Although, I mean, you got Thompson ahead of him, Harden, and then Butler.
Probably.
Yeah, so I feel like the Bulls can do something. Then I'll probably go with the Bucks, even though I do like the Pistons. I know the Pistons will probably end up coming second in this somehow because Van Gundy is incredible. But
be interesting to see what way a couple of those teams check out. Anyway,
indeed,
I feel like I'm a pessimist on.
Yeah,
I'm more of a pessimist on all these teams than.
Well, this Atlantic, it's not a lockdown division. It's
anyway
Central, not even the Atlantic.
Although I didn't even call you on it either,
Yeah. Word. Well,
hey, once again, thank you for listening to, what's the name of the podcast again?
Something about the
NBA podcast.
Maybe. It's probably taken. We don't even know. See?
If you're one of our loyal listeners, we thank you with...
Dear God, get a hobby.
From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for your long-standing loyalty. And, have a good day. See you later.
You're missing the heart. Half dog.
Not going for it.